Hi, I am Abdullaev Javokhir. Today in this video, I will be talking about growth mindset and summarize the key elements of really good book called Grit. Uh, Before we start, let's analyze what are the differences between growth and fixed mindset. Growth mindset means that intelligence and talents can be developed over time. A fixed mindset means intelligence is fixed. So if you are not good at something, you might believe you will never be good at it. A growth mindset views intelligence and talent as qualities that can be developed over time. This doesn't mean that people with a growth mindset assumes that they could be next Einstein. There are still variables in what we can all achieve. A growth mindset simply means that people believe their intelligence and talents can be improved through effort and actions. It's not enough to shift our mindset. We also need to healthy dose of grit and resilience to achieve our short and long-term goals. So, how can we achieve success in an effective way and its relatedness to talent and hard work? Let me introduce you a book called Grit. I found this book is really written by Angela Duckworth, who is an American academic psychologist and science author. In the University of Pennsylvania, where she works, studies began when she was teaching math to seventh graders. She realized IQ was not the only factor separating successful students from those who struggled, and that grit, holding steadfast to a goal through time, was highly predictive of success. She then spent years analyzing short and long-term effects of grit on people's performance in school, at work, and in personal relationships, and published her research, The Grit: Power of Passion and Perseverance. So, what is grit and why is it important? Grit is the combination of passion and perseverance. Passion is the consistency of goals held over long periods of time. It's not intensity or enthusiasm held for a brief moment. It's endurance. Perseverance is the ability to overcome setbacks, but put it in hard work and finish things you started. Grit predicts success, even even when controlling for talent or IQ that is between two people or the same talent level. So agree in general, a grittier person will enjoy more success. Talent and IQ still important and still correlate with success. However, they are not sufficient for high achievement. If you are talented, you get the most mileage by combining talent and hard work. If you are less talented, you can make up for with grit, exceeding someone with more talent who works less hard. We tend to fetishize talent because it protects our ego. For example, if the other people's success are due to inborn talent, then we are at inherent disadvantage. So Angela, mm, to explain that finding, Angela Duckworth uses this formula. Talent multiplied effort equals skill. Skill uh, multiplied effort equals achievement. So when you apply effort to talent, you develop skill, and when you apply effort to that skill, you get achievement. Without effort, your talents are just untapped potential for skills, uh, says Angela. And without effort, your skills are untapped potential for actual accomplishments. The more effort you apply, the more your skill rises and the more you achieve. Developing certain factors that indirectly influence our grit can dramatically increase our chances of accomplishing our goals. So, what are the ways to develop grit? Let's have a look at the Duckworth's recommendation for doing just that. Step one is to discover, develop, and deepen your interest. Research shows people are enormously more satisfied with their jobs when they do something that fits their personal interest. People also perform better when they do what interests them, says Angela. Step two is acquire a habit of discipline. Once you find out what you are most passionate about, it's time to bring in the other half of grit, perseverance. In grit, Angela asked an expert about why she was not improving her running pace despite the regular practice. The expert replied, "You are not improving because you are not doing deliberate practice. Practice doesn't make perfect. A perfect practice makes perfect outcomes. As you master certain skills or knowledge, you will improve over time, but only if you are focusing and practicing in a deliberate way. Acquiring a habit of discipline means you need to get in the habit of practicing the right things regarding your passion. Set a goal, identify benchmarks, and work consistently to hit each benchmark," says Angela in her book. Step three is to cultivate a sense of purpose and meaning. After you have identified your passion and demonstrate perseverance toward your goals, it's time to connect all of this to a purpose. Purpose is the intention to contribute to the well-being of others, says Angela. Without purpose, our success exists in a vacuum and it is not very satisfying. When we find a way to tie our success to the well-being of others, we can satisfy knowing that we what we do has a meaning for ourselves and for those we connect with. The step four is to maintaining hope and maintaining all of other steps. Along every step of this process, it's important to maintain a sense of hope. This is the kind of hope that you feel when you know you can change your future and have control your own destiny. Throughout exploring your passions, practicing discipline, and finding meaning, you must work to maintain hope that you are living the life of your dreams. And also to become more gritty, joining a gritty culture could help to develop our grit. So social norms will force us to be a gritty culture. In conclusion, what we accomplish is the marathon of life depends tremendously on our grit, our passion, and perseverance for long-term goals. An obsession with talent distracts us from that simple truth. On our own, we can cultivate our own grit from the inside out. We can cultivate interests, develop and habit of daily practice and work on a purpose beyond ourselves. We can also grow our grit from outside in parents, coaches, teachers, bosses, mentors, friends. Developing our personal grief depends critically also in other people too. So this is the end of my presentation. Thank you for your attention.